Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. Maybe one of the nicest Novas we have ever had. Take a minute, walk with me around this car. If you're ever thinking about a pro touring car, this could be it. If you're ever thinking about a Nova, way past that, this is definitely it. 70 Nova Super Sport Pro Touring, done. This car is awesome, man. So let's take a walk around for a minute. This is a Mercedes color right here. It has no exotic name other than dark blue metallic, but the paint itself, if you could come up here for a second, you know, we walk around and we talk about paint quality. Look at this right here for a second. You can read every word clear as can be. You can read what time it is. You can see me spitting while I'm talking. Anyway, got the Cal induction hood on it. You know, I don't want to minimize the effort and work that's gone into this car because an enormous amount has gone into it from the quality of the paint, all new sheet metal in this car. The client that we got this from claims to have close to $50,000 tied up in this car. I want you to look underneath of this car, look at all the sheet metal, the quality of the paint, the chrome. The engine alone was well into the teens of the thousands, okay? So let's take a peek there first. We'll find out a couple small things about it. This is done by Beck Racing, all right? Comes dynoed at 510 horsepower, okay? It's a 383 stroker, and it's been beautifully detailed inside here. Now, if you were saying, well, on a regular Nova, this is spectacular, this is over-restored, meaning that it has so much done to it that it's incredible. And here's some good signs about a car when you're buying a car like this, knowing the detail that goes into it. For instance, they bought the most expensive battery they could possibly get, a red top Optima battery there. This right here, I love this. The fact that somebody put in a giant, look at the size of this thing. It's so big it doesn't even fit in the normal spot that a Nova radiator would fit in. And keep in mind, it's a 383 stroker, so it's a small block engine. Doesn't normally need this amount of cooling, but this customer that built this car feels the same way about it me. If I'm gonna idle in traffic all day or I'm gonna go to a car show, the last thing I wanna do is have my car puke or throw up or stall out and die because it overheats, and this keeps it all in there. Size of this giant fan in here. This has serpentine, that's got the billet drive system in here. It's got a chrome and polished power steering pump. Got power four-wheel disc brakes with the chrome brake booster. Everything is painted in here, and here's some features and stuff. Little stuff like this is what makes cars expensive. And you say, well, why? Well, here, for instance, like that fastener right there, that's a stainless steel fastener. Well, what's the big deal about that? Well, the big deal about that is that's probably 5 times the price of a regular fastener, and you need, 100 of them. So every little bit, from the opto battery to those fasteners there, to the billet pulleys here, to the block is even painted to match the car, made into a high temperature paint. I mean, it's just the detail, the braided lines that are on here. Everything is just really nice. The inline fuel filter right there. I don't know, it's little stuff like that that says to me, you know what? I've spent a lot of money on this car because it's a car I'd want to build for myself exactly how you envision it. So I want to show you something else too. If we could, like right here, look at the stance of this car. It's been lowered. It's got these torque thrusts on here, 17s, with the big brakes inside. And these right here, these are the Aerospace calipers. They're called aeromotive components. They're billet calipers, so they're not regular cast aluminum calipers. These are made from solid billet. It's got 4 of them all the way around. Very expensive. Check under here for a second. I wanted you to see this. All right, like check out the suspension. All this has been lowered. It's got coilovers. Look at the size of the sway bar here. Absolutely enormous. It's the biggest front sway bar I've ever seen on a muscle car. This car handles so well, and it goes so well down the road. All right, come on back here. Check this out. Get another shot of the big calipers, the 2-piece rotors that are in here. Look at how everything is fits just right inside. This car has such a great stance. The great paint work on it also. All the new stainless and what have you. It's nice. I want you to look underneath for a minute because it's beautifully done. Frame is all tied together. Flowmaster exhaust, ceramic coated headers. Check out the fuel pickup in here. Custom made gas tank. Got the 12 bolt in it with Posi. There's the Flowmasters hanging down just a little bit. You can see the frames all tied together. Big exhaust pipes there dumping down. It's nice. All right, little more stuff. Little stuff like check this out. Check this trunk out. It's all carpeted. Look how beautiful this is. Really, really nice. Throw your stuff in there to go to a car show. maybe a couple of chairs and some sunblock, or take this car to the beach. Do whatever you want with this car. This car is meant to drive. He built it to drive. It rolls down the road, but it's so smooth. You know, it's kind of designed all to work together, from the engine to the transmission, and then the rear end ratio. It's designed to be able to cruise for as long as you want without stressing the car out and stressing you out. All right, let's take a peek inside, because inside, beautiful. Inside here, I have to tell you, one of the nicest, if not the nicest Nova interiors I've been in. Beautiful color combinations. You know, dark blue and gray always go well together. In this case here, you got your light gray, dark gray. You got a custom full-length console that goes all the way back. Custom rear seat, door panels, rear panels, sail panels. Like all of that stuff, you have no idea how much money all those things cost to get done. You know, these interiors can run in between $5,000 and $10,000 just to do these custom interiors. The billet handles, the billet switches, great stereo system. Check out the Autometer dash. This is nice too. It's got the polished billet steering column. Check out the dressed up pedals. Billet here. This is a cool car, man. Sorry, I get a little excited about this stuff, but this is just, when you can roll down the road in something like this, it's just spectacular. And the amount of effort and work that's gone into making it to this level, first off, is amazing. The fact that you can buy it for half of what it normally costs somebody, not to mention probably 3 or 4 years to build it. So this is really the only way to buy one of these cars. Enough of the talking about how great the Pro Touring car is. I'm gonna fire it up for you. And the one thing I love for you to listen to is that just when you whack the throttle just a little bit, just how fast the motor spins up. Just it's just snappy, and you know it's just not a regular 350 under the hood. Anyway, let me fire it for you so you can hear it. One of those cold mornings, I wanted you to see this. This to me lies like a funny car. Sounds great. I love the puffs of the exhaust system drying out inside. You're going to surprise a lot of people with this car. Maybe a 911 turbo Porsche going to pull up to you now, put you in your American car. You are gone. You know, in closing, we went through a lot of things. So let me just run down the list real quick with you one more time. 383 stroker, built B&M automatic. 12-bolt Posi, 373 gears, so it's great highway driving too. We talked about the frame being tied. We talked about the aeromotive components, four-wheel billet caliper disc brake system that's on the car. We talked about the frame being completely tied in. The great looking paint. We went back into the interior with the tilt wheel, the stereo system. I don't know, just one of those great cars, man, that just fits and feels so good and sounds and runs so well. It's just whatever time was put into it, time wasn't just assembling the car, was put into the drivability of it, and that's what you're paying for when you get something like this. And the fact that you're paying, you know, roughly half of what it costs to build is the only way to buy a car. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about this spectacular 70 Nova SS Pro Touring.